Pisces, Aries, Cuspers. July feels like a month where your heart finally realizes what it no longer can carry. Something is shifting, something is awakening, and Spirit is saying your next chapter begins the moment you stop abandoning yourself. Hello, my beautiful Pisces, Aries, Cuspers. Welcome in back here. Hi, it's Manda for those that are new here. For those that are returning, welcome back in. July feels powerful. Not necessarily easy, but powerful. It feels like standing at a doorway between who we've been and who we are becoming. There is going to be a moment this month. There is going to be healing. There are going to be truths coming to the surface. And honestly, I feel many of you, we are entering July already sensing that our energy has changed. We are not the same people we were 6 months ago, my Pisces, Aries, Cuspers. We don't tolerate the same things, all right? We don't dream the same dreams. And perhaps most importantly, you're beginning to realize that peace has become more valuable than proving yourself to anyone else. Perhaps providing proof. And even astrologically, July opens with some intense but really transformational energy. Mars joins forces with Uranus in Gemini earlier in the month, creating sudden realizations, unexpected conversations, and moments where life just asks you to pivot. Some of you, this is going to be career related. Some of you, this might be involving something to do with relationships. And for many of us Pisces, Aries, Cusp souls, this feels like finally admitting we've outgrown something. I've outgrown something. That you've outgrown something. There may be moments where you may feel restless, like your soul wants movement, but your mind still wants certainty. Spirit says, don't mistake discomfort for failure. Sometimes discomfort simply means growth has arrived. Mercury remains retrograde through much of July, right, in Cancer, bringing the emotional reflection. So maybe perhaps this could be old memories that could be surfacing, past relationships that could reappear, conversations left unfinished may come up right around again for completion. This retrograde, it doesn't feel like you going backwards. It's more like about understanding yourself in a completely new way, right? You've grown, right? We're completely growing every day, changing, all right? What Spirit is saying here, though, is what if what returns isn't meant to stay, but simply to show you how much you've healed, right? It's just this, everything that will be coming up this month is just to show how much you've healed and grown. Love energy feels deeply significant this month. Like Venus is moving into Virgo. What the hell's Virgo? Into Virgo. Virgo. Maybe someone is a vegan. Bringing a desire for genuine connection. You're no longer interested in that surface level energy. You want consistency, you want effort, you want the emotional safety. Some of you may begin asking yourself different questions, maybe some difficult questions. Questions like, am I receiving the same energy I constantly give? Am I settling for potential instead of reality? Do I feel valued where I am? Venus also touches Chiron this month, suggesting healing old wounds surrounding worthiness, learning that love doesn't need to be earned, learning that being chosen doesn't require shrinking yourself. I'm hearing some of you are Pisces, Aries, Cusp souls. You may finally understand that healthy love feels peaceful rather than confusing. Career and money energy also feels quite important this month. I mean, we got that Jupiter in Leo, which is beginning to expand your confidence, your creativity, your visibility, your willingness to take yourself seriously. If you're looking for more messages regarding career and money, I did do that money magnet reading. If you feel called to go check it out, there might just be more messages there if you haven't seen it. yeah, your willingness to take yourself more seriously. I see many of you are thinking differently about finances, about stability, about about building something that belongs to you. Okay. Some of you may also consider changing careers, or this could be something to do about launching projects, learning new skills, or finally just walking away from those kind of situations that drain your energy than they actually give. I feel like healing this month is also very internal. Like that Neptune is going retrograde also, so right? And it might just ask you to remove some illusions. I'm hearing to stop telling yourself stories that kept you stuck, that Eight of Swords kind of energy, or to maybe stop waiting for permission. Like, I'm hearing here, trust the quiet voice inside that already knows the way forward this month. Even if we're looking at home and family themes, may also surface quite strongly this month. I mean, it is Cancer season, retrograde in Cancer also happening. I'm hearing something about emotional security. For some of you, you may reconnect with family. Some of you might even create even healthier boundaries. And some may simply realize that home is becoming less about a place and more about how safe you feel within yourself. When we reach the end of July, we are going to be having that full moon in Aquarius, which arrives while the sun joins Jupiter in Leo. And what Spirit is saying here is, they're actually showing me an image of a door opening. Doors that perhaps felt locked, opportunities that maybe you once thought belonged to someone else. I'm hearing something also about confidence returning, joy returning, hope returning. It's a month, because this month is not asking you to become someone new. It's asking you to remember who you were before fear convinced you to play small, or doubt convinced you to play small. Something convinced you to play small. And with that, let's dive into the cards and see what July's journey is all about. Let's dive further in, because I'm hearing here, like, looking at these cards here, it's just telling a whole story. And I have a feeling that many of you are about to recognize yourselves within these cards. Let's dive in, beautifuls. Your current self is the Four of Wands. Pisces, Aries, Cuspers. This is beautiful energy to begin July with. The Four of Wands tells me that despite everything that you have been navigating emotionally, there's a part of you that's craving stability, peace, belonging, celebration. If you hear noise in the background, I do apologize. My daughter is cooking dinner. This card, the Four of Wands, says that you've already done more healing than you give yourself credit for. Spirit is showing me someone standing at a doorway, looking behind them and realizing, hey, I survived that. So July, begins with that, with Cancer season, right? Still active. We're still in Cancer season. And we also have the Mercury retrograde in Cancer, which is asking you perhaps to revisit the emotional truths. Neptune turning retrograde is also happening in Aries. This feels like a month where you are reevaluating what truly feels like home. Perhaps also a lot of memories have been coming up from past situations as well. But I'm hearing this with this Four of Wands is something about home within yourself, home within relationships, home within your work. For many of my Pisces, Aries, Cuspers, this may also involve something about moving. Some of you are moving soon. For others, I'm hearing something about creating the emotional safety. For others, finally understanding that your nervous system deserves rest. Love is going to feel softer this month. Family is going to feel very important. Some of you are beginning to realize that some of you are going to be realizing that peace has become your new success story. Fours could be a significant synchronicity number for some of you. Moving over to the next card, which is the theme, your theme for July, which is the Six of Swords, transition. July's headline, if it was a headline for Pisces, Aries, Cuspers for July, leaving behind what no longer feels aligned. Transition. moving from that rough waters towards calmer waters. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect, right? But because you are changing. You are growing and healing every day. And that Mercury retrograde that's happening throughout much of July feels deeply connected to this card, because those old wounds may just come up for a revisit. Old conversations may resurface. People from the past may reappear. Or memories may return. But Spirit's saying not everything returns to stay, right? Sometimes things come back simply so you can finally see actually how much you've grown. For love, this also feels, this may feel like finally understanding some sort of pattern that you've repeated. Something regarding your career, this could be maybe recognizing something you've outgrown, maybe environments you've outgrown that once felt secure. For healing, this could be like that emotional baggage that's just becoming lighter. You're putting down some of those wands and swords. You're learning to stop carrying what was just never yours. All right, let's dive deeper. Here is the key goal to pursue for the month of July, which is the King of Wheels reversed. Let's get a clarifier out for this, because reversed, this is like about questioning stability. So yeah, questioning stability. So let's see what else. Okay, Eight of Cups, all right. This Spirit is saying it's asking you to refine success. Questioning security, questioning whether what you've built still reflects who you are becoming. So some of my Pisces, Aries, Cuspers, you have been staying in situations because it felt safe. Sorry, I had to pause there for a minute. For some of my Pisces, Aries, Cups, yeah, you've been staying in situations because it felt safe. So whether this is a job, relationships, financial habits, responsibility, something, okay, whatever this is for you, if you feel like sharing with us, go ahead. But the Eight of Cups, right, the clarifying card tells me that your soul's asking, like, is this enough for me anymore? Is this enough for me anymore? So this doesn't necessarily mean you're walking away physically. It just means that walking away means that you are walking away emotionally from outdated expectations. In July we're having the Cancer new moon as well. All right, there's that new moon, and this supports us beautifully, right? Because you're now going to start planting seeds for the future that feel authentic. Spirit is actually wanting Spirit wants your energy invested in your own fulfillment. What fulfills you? Not simply maintaining structures that no longer feed your spirit. Like money, even if we're looking at money here, it feels quite important here. The wheels is the Pentacles, right? King of Pentacles. There could be new plans that are forming, new priorities, new ideas about what abundance means. So for many of you, maybe abundance is going to look like peace and not pressure. All right, let's have a look at what is the obstacle to overcome the Eight of Wheels reversed. Maybe some of you have been feeling stuck. Let's get a clarifier for this. Six of Cups. Obstacle actually feels emotional. Cups is the emotions. Okay, so some of you are feeling stuck maybe, and this is looking like you're working hard but not seeing enough progress on something. Or perhaps you've been repeating familiar patterns, maybe within relationships. Like the Six of Cups says, old conditioning may be influencing current choices, whether it's beliefs, old fears, old family dynamics, old expectations. Now, with Saturn that is preparing to also go retrograde near the end of July, Spirit's asking, are you trying to create your future while still operating from old emotional programming? Some of you have learned to overwork for validation. Some learn to settle. Some of you have learned that love means sacrifice. And whatever this is for you, Spirit's saying this isn't punishment. This is awareness. Awareness, because awareness creates the change. Yeah, awareness creates change, which becomes everything, right? So let's have a look at your major accomplishments. I quite like the accomplishments here which is the 10 of Cups. Very beautiful, because here your accomplishment, Spirit is saying, Spirit believes happiness is possible. So I'm hearing Spirit saying that happiness is possible for you, real happiness, the authentic happiness, that family. The 10 of Cups speaks about the emotional fulfillment, love, connection, harmony, peace, family healing, celebrating, creating that family, meeting that someone that you can create that family with. For some of you, you may be strengthening relationships. For others, you may heal relationships with yourselves. Some may even finally feel emotionally safe after a difficult chapter with someone, or you might meet someone where you might feel safe with. Jupiter is Leo, right? This month is forming that supportive aspects that feels really incredibly expansive here. I'm hearing there will be joy here. There's hope that's returning. There's this emotional abundance that is available. What Spirit is also saying is that you are capable of creating the life that you secretly have dreamt of. What to avoid? Interesting, we got the Page of Swords here. Yeah, let's clarify this. Let's check. Page of Cups. Messages, rechecking messages. So maybe some of you, something about emotional overthinking, checking, watching, second guessing, seeking reassurance, trying to understand everyone's intentions. Okay, what Spirit is saying here is avoid becoming trapped inside your mind. Not every delayed message means rejection. And I wanted to, and I said something, redirection. Okay. Not every silent means abandonment. Not every unanswered questions require immediate action. Something about this Mercury retrograde may make communication feel confusing, misunderstandings happening. I'm hearing people process information, or people process emotions differently, what Spirit is saying. Spirit is asking you to remain open-hearted. So this Page of Cups is just reminding you to stay curious, stay receptive, stay hopeful. Don't allow fear to close your heart, I'm hearing. Okay, let's have a look at what to embrace. We have the Hierophant. Embrace commitment. Okay, embrace consistency, embrace structure, embrace those spiritual practices that do ground you. This month is not about chasing, it's about building those healthy routines, healthy boundaries, healthy relationships, healthy finances, healthy beliefs. Yeah, Venus that is moving into Virgo highlights that practical love, right? Acts of service, reliability, showing up. Hierophant says wisdom already lives within you. So your spiritual path may become even more meaningful during July, I'm hearing. For some of you, you may reconnect with faith, meditation, tarot, teaching, healing work, or maybe some of you might be discovering mentors who inspire growth, I'm hearing for some of you. All right, let's dive further. Thank you for hitting that like button, beautiful souls. I really appreciate it. And leaving comments, being subscribers. Where you're going to find support, we have the Three of Wheels reversed, Three of Pentacles reversed. Okay, let's clarify this one. Seven of Wands. Okay, so what this is feeling like is learning that not everyone can walk your path with you. Some people simply cannot understand the version of you emerging, and that's okay, right? Spirit says your support system may become smaller, but stronger. Healthier boundaries become important. I'm hearing here protecting your energy is going to become very important. Not everyone deserves access to your healing journey as well. 3s and 7s could also be significant. 37 could be significant. Number 10 is a completion, right? 3 and 7 creates 10. There may be people around you who genuinely want to support you, I'm hearing. But you don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to explain yourself. You simply have to honor yourself. And I'm hearing that your soul tribe is the people, your soul tribe that connect with you is actually closer to than you think. All right, let's have a look at the advice and encouragement. Here we have the 5 of Cups. Okay, Spirit is saying here, don't allow any temporary disappointments to make you forget what still remains. Yes, something may not unfold exactly as you hoped, whatever that is. Yes, there may be grief, sadness, frustration, moments of reflection this month. But this card is coming through to remind you that there's still love available, there's still opportunities available, there's still hope available. And the astrology really supports this. Mercury is going to move eventually direct, right? Where the fog will lift, clarity will return, conversations become easier, momentum returns. What Spirit is saying here is you do not build a permanent home inside a temporary emotion. You're allowed to grieve, but you are also allowed to move forward. Now we've got this beautiful card as your final card, my beautiful souls, as your final message for July. You beware the heart. Your heart always knows the way. The gentle whisper of your heart will lead you towards the path meant only for you. Wow. This is a perfect card coming out for you to close out this reading, that your heart already knows, your soul already knows, even if your mind still needs time, even if the path isn't fully visible, even if uncertainty feels uncomfortable, the gentle whispers inside you has never been wrong. That gentle whisper has never been wrong. It may have maybe been ignored, doubted, or questioned, but it has never been wrong. July feels like a month where intuition becomes louder. Trusting your intuition. I did a pick a card reading, and group 3 was about your intuition. If you want to go check that message out. Trust what feels peaceful, Spirit is saying. Trust what expands you. Trust what nourishes you. Trust what allows you to become more yourself. Trust what allows you to become more yourself. I'm hearing the next chapter isn't asking you to become someone else. It's asking you to finally become fully you. So I'm hearing here, my Pisces, Aries, Cuspers, July is not about rushing, it's about remembering your worth, remembering your dreams, remembering what happiness feels like, remembering that healing does not mean becoming perfect. Healing means becoming free enough to choose differently. And I truly believe July is opening doors for many of you that once felt impossible. Something felt once impossible. Maybe it's an 18-year cycle that's coming to an end. So I want to leave you with this question, beautiful souls. What part of your life are you finally ready to leave behind so that your new beginning can arrive? If this message helped you in any sort of way for the month of July or resonated, brought you some sort of clarity, thank you for liking, subscribing, leaving comments. Until next time, trust your heart because your heart already knows the way. Love and light for the month ahead, and I'll check you around.